When I awoke from my slumber this morning, I was drenched in sweat, and I think my body knew what was going to happen when I woke up. I would open TikTok and my beliefs would be confirmed. Black Ops 6 Zombies looks like f***ing ass.
Why do the zombies have health bars? This is literally Cold War Zombies. Cold War Zombies literally fell off after one map. They had one good map and that shit fucking fell the fuck off. Bro, and the reason why I'm so mad is because I thought this Twitter leak right here was real. I thought we were gonna get Black Ops 3 Zombies, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1 all in the one game like a Chronicles. We got this Cold War Zombies bullshit. Yo, Trey, fix it.
And you know what doesn't to this day? 9 years after release, still standing solid with a good community, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Today I want to talk about my 5 favorite things from Black Ops 3, or at least just 5 things I like. There's no particular order, although at the end I'll probably have my favorite thing about the game.
Outcome? Train go boom.
Gobblegums were added to Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies and all have their own special uses. Like this one for example, which allows you to spawn way more power-ups than you should be able to, giving you a really massive advantage, especially during later rounds. There are many Gobblegums to choose from, some rarer than others, some better than others, like Perkaholic, which gives you every perk in the game, or Power Vacuum, which you've just seen what it can do. Using Liquid Divinium, earned from games of zombies, you can have a chance of getting any Gobblegum out of Dr. Monty's factory. Each machine giving 1 Gobblegum, or a double reward booster for the other 2 Gobblegums, or a Liquid Divinium booster, which gives you some of your money back. If you get Gobblegums you don't like, you can go to Newton's Cookbook and recycle the Gobblegums, essentially, combining weaker ones to make stronger ones. Now, all of this costs money, but by playing games, you can farm a lot of Gobblegums. You don't have to use them on every run, they're completely optional, and by recycling the ones you don't want, you can really make the most out of it, even if you're free to play, just by understanding how the game works. It's one of my favourite features that have been added, as it's completely optional and just really fun. For buying DLCs, you can get Gobblegums that give you goofy effects, and they're just kind of goofy. And there are also free ones which you get just from leveling up. Some of these are very good. Now, the next feature is a little controversial, and we're going to be moving away from zombies into the multiplayer. This feature is of course a black market.
What? You're looking for a handout?
Here you can get things like emblems, guns, calling cards, weapon skins, etc. Now the main complaint with this feature, why it's so controversial, is people complain about weapons in loot crates. But I like the base weapons so much that I kinda just see it as a fun addition where I can get a chance to get another really cool weapon added. And it's never really drawn me to spending money to it, although I can see why people think it's a problem, but for me I just thought it was really fun. You can get all these cool guns like the NX Shadow Claws and the D13 Sector. And even if some guns are overpowered, I doubt anything's gonna ever beat the Brecci. I find it so funny, by the way, that this guy's name is P. Diddy. Just wanted to point that out. Now time for an honourable mention that wouldn't have been on the list if I didn't pull it from the box. The Annihilator. Admittedly, that's the only reason it's in this video, and the only reason I actually remembered it was in the game, but it is a fun addition. And, you know, back in the day, of course, I knew what this thing was when I was playing. It may be less memorable than the others, but when you're in the game and you get it in the box, it just kind of reminded me how fun it is, you know, this double-shot revolver that is just free and an extra gun. It's just an extra gun, more fun, can't complain. Now on to the rewards. Now there are a lot of rewards you can get in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, whether it be multiplayer, zombies, or even campaign. But of course this video doesn't have anything from the story because the story isn't very interesting. But the multiplayer and zombie rewards, let's say you get 500 zombie kills and then you get a calling card, which looks pretty cool. It's stylized and it's just a nice way, and it probably shows something to do with zombies dying, which is lovely. The other kind of rewards is, well, start off by just showing you hero gear. This is something you get by getting every outfit for a character that you can earn in-game without having to spend money. And you get hero gear, which is just a gold suit. And it's quite cool, It's basically the gold weapon camo, but for your character, and I really like that addition. Next, obviously, you guys have got to see Dark Matter camo. And potentially, my favourite unlock in the entire game is in Zombies, by completing all of the Easter eggs from the main storyline in order, and then beating the Revelations Easter egg, you get to spawn with an RK5. An RK5 is the pistol that you can buy in the starting room, but you get your starter pistol and the RK5, I'm pretty sure. So it's just a nice little thing, which, you know, to an average person it might not seem crazy, but if you're trying to like min-max some zombies runs, this is perfect for that. I mean, you get more ammo at the start, which in turn means more points. I just see nothing wrong with this. I think it's one of the best additions to a game that you could possibly make. take because it's so harmless and yet so cool, and that's exactly what I love about Black Ops 3. Now, speaking of zombies, my friend reminded me that the zombies have beautiful Easter egg challenges. Now, I've never been too big on Easter eggs because I know, well, at least I knew what happened. My brain couldn't figure it out if you showed me every cutscene now, but I knew the story. I didn't really care that much. I just enjoyed playing high rounds as much as I could with my friends and just having a good time. But these Easter eggs, especially the cutscenes, which I'm sure we've all seen before, are absolutely beautiful. And I don't have time to explain every Easter egg, but I do have time to show you some of the highlights from the cutscenes. So here you are. The highlights of these cutscenes are Richtofen taking the funny ball and jumping into a portal, Dempsey being a Chad and wanting to take the life of his past self over Richtofen doing it, Takeo actually killing himself in that like honorable way that like samurais do. I don't know how else to describe it. Nikolai realizing that drinking 5 bottles of vodka a day to forget the passing of your wife is probably a bad idea. And then this old fuck who just is like trying to make my brothers disappear and then turns them into these guys with staffs who look way cooler. And I'm pretty sure this is like when the loop happens in the story, and then Black Ops 4 was sort of them breaking that loop. But we don't talk about Black Ops 4 here. Now let's go back to the multiplayer to talk about the class system in this game. Class system in this game, to put it quite simply, is very, very good. Starting off simple, you have your operator, or in this game, specialist. Now specialists have an ability that you can activate once it charges up, and each specialist has 2 abilities, and there are 9 specialists in the game, meaning essentially you can have 18 different abilities in game, which is pretty cool. You can have things like a flamethrower, kinetic armor, or even 2 spikes that you jump and slam into the ground to cause an area damage effect, which by the way insta kills because it's an ult, of course. I mean, what did you expect? And the next part of, you know, creating your class is the actual option, create a class. The class system in this game, from what I remember of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, is essentially a carbon copy. However, the only thing I don't remember about Black Ops 2 is whether it had wildcards or not. Wildcards, they're pretty cool in this game. Essentially, you can have something that the default class doesn't allow. So, you know, by using these different sorts of combinations of the different wildcards and abilities, you can make so many different builds and play styles. It's perfect. And then, you know, that's why I don't really dislike the black market, because I see this system as already very, very, very good. And then adding those extra weapons and just a chance to spice up your gameplay a little bit, especially with the contract you get at the start, allowing you a free DLC weapon and melee weapon. How can you complain? I think it's just great. This class system, even the menus, they just look clean, intuitive, if you will, and I think it's great. I would like to give an honorable mention to the Nuketown Easter egg. Now, Nuketown was a zombies map in Black Ops 2, a multiplayer map in Black Ops 1, and a multiplayer map in Black Ops 2 actually. But I'm talking about Nuketown 3. If you knife the heads off every mannequin on this map, then all of a sudden the mannequins start moving like zombies and will just swarm you. It's a really cool Easter egg. I mean, you always hop in a custom. I'm pretty sure there's also like a minute time limit to do it, but it's not hard. And yeah, maybe that's just a rumor from when I was a kid and people would just say random stuff like that all the time, but it could also be true that there's a minute timer on that Easter egg. Who knows? Now, the last part of this video is just about how beautiful this game looks 9 years later. And then I realized that I hadn't included any Zombies Chronicles, so we're going to put them together in a segment called The Beauty of Zombies Chronicles. Now, just quickly before we go into this, I would like to explain that Zombies Chronicles was a collection of fan favorite maps from previous games. Now, the graphics, especially in these cutscenes that I'm showing right now, look absolutely incredible. The direction, the choice of music, and the story that it tells is all great. Loads of cool shots and just cool stuff happening on screen. I mean, there's nothing to complain about even if you don't understand what's going on at all. And then with the gameplay itself, this zombies footage, you can see that locations just look detailed. They look good. They look really good. The whole aesthetic of zombies is kind of there throughout the whole game, and then all of the maps have their own individual aesthetics that they thrive in. So yeah, those are just some of the things that I love about Black Ops 3. Let me know what some of your favorite things are down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe. You can go ahead and leave a like or a dislike, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day.
Outcome? Train go boom.